some. Um, this one is a brochure that just talks about the program itself, and this one is one of our publications, which is just talking about the business case for an energy efficiency project. But we've got publications that are technology specific, others talk about lighting, others on pumping systems, and others are about how you create an awareness raising sort of program in your business. We've got all those publications. So we thought our small businesses would be able to access that. It hasn't been like that. The model that we're using was based on what the Carbon Trust did in the UK. And we thought maybe to work here. We actually had very few inbound phone calls. There are very few companies phoning us to ask for advice. So we realized that, okay, people, first of all, probably, how do you phone when you don't know what you're looking for? So there was obviously a lack of awareness of just the program, its existence, and also people are not looking for energy efficient solutions. So if they were doing that, they'll go on the internet and, you know, we've got search engine optimization, so we'll come probably, amongst the top three, websites that you hit when you're looking for energy efficient solutions in South Africa. But obviously people are not looking for that. So we realized that the only thing we have to do is try and find a way of getting to the small businesses, and therefore we've started conducting small business workshops. So we work with chambers. Uh, they give us the database and we send the information to them, and then we conduct small business workshops that are there to raise the level of awareness of what energy efficiency is and what the program can do for the small businesses. The target was for us to reach 2,600 people, and so far we have recorded 1,939. I think we are on track because we now make more phone calls, so outbound calls, to companies, because we were receiving very few phone calls. The next level is for the medium-sized business. This is one service offering which is 100% subsidized by the program. If your business spends between 750,000 and 45 million rand per annum, and we're talking all forms of energy, not only electricity. It's electricity, liquid fuels, and coal, and everything. You add all those together, and that's how much it's costing you. You can apply to the PSCE for a free energy audit. And our target was 1,000 sites that we're supposed to audit. We have done about a third. By yesterday, we were looking at 320 companies that we've signed up. We have completed about 180 audits so far. So by completion, I mean the consultant has completed work on site. They have given us a report of their findings. We've captured the information onto our database, and we're busy following up with the client to see when they are going to implement the findings, and if there is more help that we can provide, then we'll see what we can do to provide that help. And the larger company service offering is for companies spending over 45 million rands per annum. And this is a core-funded sort of model that we use. We do believe that a lot of large companies have got the money, and a lot of them have done quite a lot of work. And what they lack is a more systematic approach to energy management. So with them, we don't necessarily go and do audits. We want to work with them in such a way that when we leave, they have an energy management system in place. So if they have done audits, what we do is go in and establish a baseline, get the audits into a plan, and give them a 5-year energy management plan. Because we do know that they are going to be impacted by legislation, carbon tax, and also the mandatory provision of energy data. So they need to be more worried about compliance, as well as their own way of managing energy. And because we think they've got resources, so they can have an energy management team, they can employ an energy manager who will then be the custodian of that system. So we pay 60% of what the consultant is charging us, and we ask the company to pay in 40%. We do have, there's an indicative figure there, 500,000 as the budget. So we pay 300, and the company pays in 200,000. But what we've seen is, because there is an internal tender process that happens, most of the costs are either, most of them are coming about 500,000, and we're more than happy to pay our portion of that amount, and the company then comes in and pays 40%. The target was 63 large companies. I mean, that's like a small number. But believe you me, we've been struggling, because these large companies have got lawyers who also need to be paid, and when you give them a contract, they take it apart, and it's like, I'm not building a nuclear power plant here. All I'm trying to say is help you manage your energy, and what I'm saying is that you will pay 40%. Do you agree? Yes, we do agree that you take these opportunities to implementation. You agree? Yes, we agree. And say, please sign the contract. And they still sit on it for months, and we've really been battling to get that done. So because we have to, every quarter I have to reforecast and tell my funders, this is what I'm going to do in the next 3 months, and if I don't achieve that, then I have to revise that, and I keep pushing, the targets out. A time has come, I've got a year to go where I have to say, this is what I'm going to do based on what I have achieved so far. And the plan is that we're going to reduce the target of large companies to something like 45, just because of that.
Tremendous. So